in a world.
Bro, it's Indiana.
In Indiana, from the depths of our secret lair.
Bro, it's totally a bookstore.
And whose fault is that? Fine, never mind. In Indiana, from the depths of our bookstore comes a well-coordinated coterie of serious kindred.
You're joking, right?
I'd rather be reading a book anyway. Fine. Come check out our chronicle as a bunch of misfit kindred drift from one crisis to another. Happy?
Bro, what happened to the voice?
Indy by night. We'll see you Tuesday. Oh, hey, hi, hello, welcome on in. It is another wonderful episode of Indy by Night. It's episode 32 going into effect this evening, so thank you so much for coming and hanging out. The title of this episode is going to be called Dinner Party. We will go ahead and do our recap shortly after we get a word from the cast here. Who you're playing, and what clan you're from, and how you guys are feeling about the events that are currently going on. We'll go ahead and have Eve and Dimitri talk about where they're dining this evening. But we'll go ahead and start with Hannah first.
Hey, I'm Hannah, playing Eva Hill the Bruja. And I'm actually excited about this dinner. I can't wait to see Dimitri eat this delicious meal that we're about to have. I guess myself too. But hopefully we do okay and don't disrespect anybody at the table.
Hi, I'm Justin. I play Dimitri the Ventru, and I'm not excited about eating rats. Yuck.
Good old...
Plus, I'm underdressed. Nobody told me this was a formal affair, and it's really bugging me right now. Have an Nosferatu looking sharper than me. What the hell?
In this economy, that's not right. Next up, we have Donnie.
I'm Donnie, playing Benny, a Malkavian, and I'm glad I'm missing out on this dinner because I'm pretty full already, and yeah, ready for some Michael and Benny bonding time.
All right, and last but not least, we have Ian.
Hello, I'm Ian. I'm playing Michael the Ravnos. I may or may not have done some stuff to string up some decent tension, but who knows? So we'll find out eventually, I guess. Here for a good time, not a long time, I guess, right? That's that's what we're looking for. But yeah, I mean, who knows? We're just gonna send it and see how it works out. Also, only one not signed up to either cause, by the way.
I like how you just have to throw that in.
I do. People need to know.
It's true. As you guys were trying to figure out what's your guys' next move here with this Pizza King, you guys made a call to Augustin and seeing if there was any sort of negative repercussions that could go through in regards to having the Baron Anson with you, or possibly letting him go, or removing said Baron. But you guys did get a confirmation that Nessa was actually looking for this Baron Anson, and if you guys if Michael turned him over, he would get a very, very handsome reward for doing so. As you guys are in the process of trying to figure out what's going on, Dimitri and Eva were asked to stop by this address, which you guys later found to be Crown Hill Cemetery. As you guys were going through, you guys were greeted with some individuals who looked like they were part of the Nosferatu clan, as you guys went underneath one of the crypts, you guys were able to go ahead and sit at a rather nice table with a very well-dressed Augustin sitting at the head of the table. As you guys were sitting around the table, you guys saw there was little nameplates at these chairs, and you guys were able to go ahead and sit down there. After a short amount, Augustin went through and had the food brought in. Sorry about that. Dogs started to go crazy.
Duke, come here. Bring up more plates.
Hi, Duke.
Can't wait to find out who this Duke character.
It's actually my new character. Michael died off screen. May or may not have been eaten by Carter. We don't know yet.
I was gonna say, is this the Taco Duke?
Exactly.
The Taco Duke.
The Pizza King, the Taco Duke, the Spaghetti Miser. I don't know what that means.
I totally want to be the Spaghetti Miser.
You
I can already
spend your
think of the
day.
taglines for the Taco Duke, and it's just going to be a bunch of play on words of Taco Dude, and like, Duke, where's my Taco Duke?
I would like that.
All right, and as the plates were brought out, you guys did hear that there was some movement going on underneath the plate covers as Augustin took the top off of the plate cover. He grabbed the rat that was underneath, snapped it, and started taking and feeding off of it. Shortly after, Eva and Dimitri, your plates were also delivered.
I'm just looking at Dimitri here.
It's no worries about it getting cold, huh?
No, not too much, honestly.
Is it permissible to let it wait while we discuss business? I always prefer to deal with business while I'm hungry, because this allows me to stay sharp.
If that's what you must.
I'm asking, is this permissible?
I will allow it, that is for sure.
Very well. I will eat after we conclude business.
And he has a big old grin on his face, excited for this to take place eventually. As you guys are, as he is continuing to devour this meal that is in front of him, you guys begin to look around, and there is a couple of Nosferatu, which are weirdly out in the open. No, not seem to be hiding that you can see, at least. But nonetheless, you guys are able to go ahead and get down to business as Augustin sort of looks around. So there is another lost baron that you have seemed to get your hands procured on in one way or another.
This is all hypothetical, yes?
Of course, hypotheticals.
Perhaps we could start with one of the lingering questions I have. Your other I'm assuming we are free to speak here, yes?
Yes, this is why I requested that you guys meet here.
I assume as much, but I just want to make sure. You say painting in other text message. What do you mean?
I was more of giving a clue that of who I believe might have attacked Baron Anson.
Oh, okay, is understood. I this is what I think, but I want to clarify.
Of course. So yes, I guess my question is, what other questions do you guys all have?
Well, how badly does she want him?
Hmm. I don't think it's him particularly any more than anyone else, if I'm going to be quite honest. I just think he happened to be the first one that was easily accessible.
Is she waging some sort of shadow war against the Anarchs after she cautioned temperance and preservation of the Masquerade?
Um, if she is, it's very, very well hidden.
So why else would she be collecting them like, trading cards?
Ah, yes, trading cards. I have not heard that term in quite some time. Um, hmm, that is the answer for this hour. Uh, and if I'm going to be quite honest with you, I haven't seen the the prince since Elysium.
Are you not in charge of his security?
I am, but he
Well,
hasn't left his abode.
this is interesting.
You haven't gone over there to see what's going on?
I mean, he's the prince. He calls when he's requested, but I don't go actively digging in places I'm not told to go dig, especially one of such power.
And now Nessa has this power?
She is acting as less of Primogen and more of Seneschal.
Was that the plan all along? If something were to happen to the prince?
Yes, she was brought in as Seneschal. Yes, but she was still an advisor like the rest of us. All
Has she
until
always had this role?
since she was under this or our prince's request. Yes.
I thought this was new appointment. I guess I misunderstood.
She likes to keep it very quiet under wraps of her more official role and capacity.
Isn't this essentially accomplishing her ends without having to oust the prince?
And now you and I are thinking of the possible same outcome, that this might have been a play that's been rolling for quite some time. I mean, she's been at the prince's side for almost 150 years. So if
What a
this is,
strange time to choose to strike.
I couldn't agree more.
And the other Primogen, have you had contact with them?
Oh yes, we still have had meetings, but just with Seneschal Nessa leading them instead of the prince.
Have you
needs
seen
her-
them outside of those meetings?
Once or twice, just in passing.
What are their thoughts?
I believe that everyone has a level of concern one way or another. Some may be more concerned about the prince's well-being, compared to some may be more concerned about who's now at the helm and what that means for Indianapolis as a whole.
So, hypothetically, if you had a baron at hand, what would you do?
What would I do, or what would Nessa do? Those are very different questions.
You.
Follow him, find out information.
What if the plot thickens and there is the potential that a powerful elder vampire attempted to kill them?
It adds a twist, as you say. but I believe that if you and I are just, hypothetically speaking of the same individual who tried to kill them, I can at least say that it was in the name of the Camarilla.
How can you say this? You know for certain that any action she takes is in the name of the Camarilla, not serving some sort of self-interest?
She's old. And she comes from a very, very long line of kindred who hold the Camarilla beliefs very, very closely. Now, that's not to say that, those can't change over the centuries. But if I can at least, if I had the opportunity, I would follow him and try to learn what I can do about Baron Anson and use that information as a two-sided sword, as it were.
I guess I am stuck for where the blade is sharp. If he represents no political influence to strong-arm Nessa out of her position or to put her at risk in the Primogen, because if, as you say, if she did do what has been implied, it is above board, because it is on the will of the Camarilla, so to speak. What benefit would there be to not just turning him over to her? Right now, it seems that the only path these poor individuals would have would be to make an enemy of her. And with her being seneschal, that would not be a good enemy to have.
I want to make sure myself absolutely abundantly clear. I definitely think that whoever receives this Baron has a lot of power in the play. If you or whoever would have them decided not to give them to Nessa, I do think that it would make for a bumpy road on one that has already had past hiccups, but is smoothing over. And I would be worried that the rumors of the Watchmen of the Camarilla have gone soft and native, so to speak.
Mm.
All of this is, alleged.
Purely hypothetical.
Of
yes.
course, of course.
So you would counsel this person to turn him over to Nessa?
Or at least make it so that Nessa doesn't know that you have them as of yet if it's not too late.
Understood. I think we have clarification. Eva, do you have more question?
No, I think we're good.
Okay. Business is done. Let me get down to this tasty meal. How many are we talking about under here, huh?
It should just be the one rather large. We had these shipped out from New York. You see, they have, for some reason, the largest rats out there, so they have the most vitae to spare.
Swimming in sewage. Just like Mother used to make.
I would not disrespect your mother's cooking.
Okay, Eva, let's get down to business.
Sounds good.
Okay, I need to blow 2 willpower here to choke this down.
Yes.
I'm not even gonna risk vomiting everywhere.
The Ventru, just using the willpower to feed without...
There's little blood tears coming down. It's just so good.
Gustin claps a little bit as he believes that is the true reason of the blood tears.
Delicious.
Just how good and how delectable it actually is. Yes, Eva, please.
Yes, indulge yourself, Eva. Delicious.
All right. I'll take the little thing, snap it.
Yes.
Feeding off of it.
Once
I'm
again,
kind of looking at Eva. You look like you've done this before.
Quick and painless. Quick and painless.
Where's the fun in this?
Eva does not like to have fun.
this is true. As you guys are enjoying this delectable meal set before you, so how do you feel about the help that was sent over in your direction for your expansion, as it were?
Help? Oh. Which one?
Either, both.
Dimitri? I have no idea what to say. It's been going. Not bad,
Okay.
but not great.
And why would you say not great?
Me personally, it's just I don't trust newcomers.
Interesting. And
Would you mind repeating that? I'm sorry. I died
rest in, well, I mean, yes, that's how vampires work, but
again.
but more or less, he was just asking how you and Eva felt about the new assistants that you guys had been sent over to you and help with your expansion, referring to Benny and Michael.
I would say we are learning to work together. There are some growing pains, yes.
It's a good way to put it.
And
Do we have reason to be concerned?
I mean, you could trust any one of us as about as far as you can throw us. It just comes with the breed that we are.
You know, if we could just put this nonsense aside, we could be so much more powerful.
I agree, but it
The
is
silly games.
the nature of the beast to want more and more and take and take. And very few get that without reaching a elevation that many don't typically seem to find. But I was more referring to, I believe his name is Michael, the one that has no hold on either part of this conflict.
His allegiance to money.
Purely?
This is what he claims.
This individual has a few contacts around.
Yes, we've met some of them.
While they may be an acquired taste, I do think they serve a good purpose overall. And I'm here to offer a replacement to the large boon that I have been so gracious to receive from you and our help. I'm here to offer one. If you are able to sway Michael into joining, you have a boon from me personally.
Interesting.
But it needs to be natural. We don't need to have any more kindred on kindred violence as it is. There's already a significant differential between us and the Anarchs, and we don't need to be putting ourselves at a war on multiple fronts if we don't need to.
Trust me, everything he receives, he's owed.
Understood. But yes, if you would keep that between you and your coterie, I would appreciate it.
It's no problem.
Can I ask why it's our responsibility?
Hey, you don't have
Why
to.
not the tower?
You don't have to make it your responsibility, but you're the ones that are running around with them. And
He's
to be
offering
fair,
us something in return.
I get that.
And to be fair, you are part of the tower, so therefore the tower is taking care of it, just through your hands. Well,
Okay.
We should probably go. I'm so full.
oh, I was gonna say I could send you
No.
home with a what they call a doggy bag if you would like.
It's not actually a
think-
dog, is it?
No, it's another rat, but it is a to-go box.
I think Benny or Michael might appreciate this, or Carter for that matter.
We'll take 3.
You know what? I will send home all of you. I'll send 5 home with you, so that way you guys can have some as well. Yes. And he begins to hurry off towards the back door, in his very nice suit as he rushes off towards the area where they were preparing these rats for you.
I'm gonna yell, actually make that 6.
You got it.
I'm gonna whisper over to Dimitri, make it to have 2 each. We already had ours.
I just kind of fist bump.
A few minutes goes by as you guys get a small metal cage that you can just see is filled with 6 rats, very large, even larger than the ones you guys received. But they go ahead and they're all alive, and they place it on the table past the top of it. Go, please. And as you can probably assume, you weren't here? Yes?
No, we went to Denny's.
Deliciousness.
Well, yes, wherever you went, you just were not here. If you need any other technical support, please feel free to reach out. The line is 24/7.
I've got your number.
Indeed. And I hope I can trust your coterie to have my domain as well.
Of course.
Perfect. Well, and he sort of claps and a smile goes on his face. Please, I have other meetings I must attend to.
Oh, so most certainly. Thank you for the fine meal.
Agreed.
Yes. Thank you.
And he sort of goes ahead and begins to dismiss you as one of the individuals who were standing off to the side, who brought you guys down the sort of winding path from the crypt up above, begins to take you back up and out to where you guys had left your vehicle parked at.
I'll shake the cage at him. Do you get any of these, huh?
I had 4 this morning. I appreciate it, though.
Oh, no. These are from my friends. I was just
Oh.
asking. I didn't know if these were just for guests or if everyone gets to eat them.
Not as fat as those, but indeed.
Well, I feel very, honored.
You should. The last time he offered anyone that size, the prince was in town.
Oh, fancy. Well, you have a good night.
You as well. Don't let the werewolves bite.
That's a weird saying.
Yeah. I'm just gonna keep walking.
Yeah. Okay, get in the maps and find me a convenience store. I need to drink a bottle of mouthwash.
Pretty sure we passed one on the way here. Just around the corner.
Yeah.
You want one for you?
No, I'm okay.
Fine. Have rat breath. See if I care.
You won't care.
Head back.
Okay. While this is going on, Benny and Michael, you guys were sort of searching around the library area of the bookstore and making sure that there were no bugs or anything hidden between any of the bookshelves or anything of that nature.
So that's what I told the guy. Let me down into the cellar or else there's going to be trouble. I'll tell you what. He didn't even blink. He let me down into that cellar. So what are we doing here?
Ben, I don't know if I believe that story.
What happened? Whether you believe it or not.
All right. I'll go with the not for now, but looking for bugs, cameras, chips, anything that says, hey, I'm listening and watching you.
Are they supposed to be books?
I mean, books. Lamps, paintings, ceiling fans, plants. I've once or twice hidden little cameras in like corner plants. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. Okay. If you were investigating somebody and you wanted to put a microphone in their room, where would you put it?
I'm going to roll investigation.
Great way to play along with the game. Thanks, Benny. Just imagine he just like looks at me and turns around to go look.
Exactly. Yeah, I will either say intelligence plus investigation or resolve plus investigation. You guys have been searching for a while. Your choice.
No willpower that.
Nice.
Oh, there's a crit.
There we go. That's a crit.
4.
5, right?
Wait. 5?
Yeah,
3.
5.
5. Yeah.
With 5 successes and Michael with 2, the both of you guys are searching through, and you both feel very confident of no bugging that is going on. You both would have checked. Michael, you checked more of the places that you would have placed some yourself, where Benny, you checked places where it would make the most sense for them to be either for like on the top shelf to get the widest view, or next to like the telephone to get the best audio for any phone calls.
Say I'm gonna pull that phone cord out of the wall.
Yeah, absolutely.
First place I'd check.
As you dig through, you absolutely find no sort of technology or anything of that matter to believe that you guys are either tapped or have any sort of bugging equipment inside of your haven.
How much dirty laundry did I find with that crit?
You found all of the dirty laundry.
Bringing down the whole cartel.
Be careful with what information you try to find around here.
Exactly. No, but
he's been known to throw people out of cars for less.
I don't know, Michael, but this place seems pretty clean, and I've been talking to the walls, and they haven't been talking back.
That's valid. I looked in, some spots where professionals might hide them, and there's nothing there.
Now what? They left us. They left us their haven. We're not even part of their.
We're not even part of the group. I mean, we're here. Carter's here somewhere.
Where's Carter?
I don't know.
Let's go lock the door and knock him out. This is our domain now.
I'm gonna hard pass on that. Not because it doesn't sound like a good time, because it does. I'm just scared of the two that are coming back.
Well, it was a test. You passed.
Ah, thanks. Yep. Pretty good at tests. I didn't even study for that one. So, kind of the greatest, smartest even. Most people are like, "Damn, Michael, you're a Ravnos." I would have thought you were like, not a Ravnos, somebody
An
smarter.
Einstein.
Yeah. And I'm like, hey man, you don't get this far without being at least a little bit of a genius. Then they kind of laugh and walk away. So I don't know what that means. But I am I'm hungry. Are you hungry?
Not at all. I am actually peak performance right now.
Dude, what's that like?
It's actually pretty clear. I'm not hearing as much of the vibrations as I usually hear, and I've got the blush of life going. I'm feeling pretty like my old self.
All right.
Quite honest.
Sick. You cool if I step out and grab myself something?
Sure, yeah. I was gonna go across the street and maybe grab a kind of whatever they got at the Egyptian room.
Is that just because you're blushed up and you're feeling spicy? Like,
It's tap 16 up.
oh,
It's
tap 16
probably
over there.
too soon. They probably haven't swapped the kegs yet.
Probably not. Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go catch.
Make sure to take that disguise off.
Yeah, for sure.
Go in as yourself this time. Yeah. So I'm gonna go catch somebody. Are we cool to leave? Do you think we're good to both leave at the same time, or should one of us hang out with Carter just in case?
No, I think it's best if we don't tell Carter at all that we're disappearing. That way, when he comes looking for us, he'll be like, "Oh, forgot I was here."
That sounds like another test, and I'm gonna say no to that. There's a TV show I was watching that I said always leave a note.
All right. Well, up to you.
I'm just
Bye.
gonna leave.
I'm gonna walk right out.
I'm gonna go to like the the cash register area and just like get some receipt tape and just BRB food.
Okay.
And like kind of leave it in a spot where if Carter was looking around, he could find it pretty easy.
Yeah. As they're go ahead and writing that BRB note, and you step outside, Benny, you do get your phone sort of rings for a second, where it's your notification for a new email.
I check it.
It is your police contact, and it has about 4 video files that are attached, and we need to meet soon.
Cool. I'm gonna take them to the Egyptian room.
Mhm.
Pop in some headphones. Find a place to sit and watch them.
Okay.
It's gonna be my new my new Starbucks before I head into work at the bookstore.
Yeah, head over to stop at the Egyptian room.
Yeah.
Feels good. Feels good.
It's nice that a local spot popped up.
Yeah, you don't have many of those. As you are listening through, the first 3 are very, very mundane of just people coming and going without any sort of issue. Mostly look very human. Just walking in, carrying out these bags full of food. But you come across the night where you guys all appear and walk in after hours. And after you guys leave, you begin to see, and it's not even that long after you guys pull out of the parking lot and begin to head towards Terre Haute, that from the hospital that this parking lot is shared with, a black SUV with heavy tinted windows begins to roll slowly from that parking lot into this one and line up. And you can see a person very slowly walk underneath the awning in front of the glass windows, walk up and snip the tape of the camera that's specifically watching the Pizza King entrance. But you can see that the changes to a different CCTV, where a different angle where you can see the SUV just full tire spinning ram into the glass pane where you guys were able to see the large hole that was there. It backs up and you can see a couple of individuals walk out, all wearing masks. But they're all wielding crossbows, as they almost look like special force tactics. But you can definitely tell by the way they're wearing, it feels very militia-like instead of government. Like they're not very well practiced. You can see that like they're not very well in line. It just feels like it seems like these people saw it in a movie once and tried to reenact it.
They're wearing president's masks.
Exactly. But someone does step out of the vehicle shortly after. The prince. He doesn't leave beside the vehicle, but he's standing there. You see him itching the back of his neck a lot. He looks very, very antsy, very, very stressed. And then out of seemingly nowhere, you see one of those masked individuals sort of appear, now facing the prince. And you see that person making a phone call. As you can see in the background, a couple of the other masked individuals slowly dragging a chair that has the Baron staked to it, which you guys found him in. They go ahead and get off the phone, all pile into the SUV, and leave. And then that's where you lose them on any of the CCTVs.
The fuck? It's obviously a smartphone because it's playing video.
Right.
I tried to flip it for some reason. I wish I hadn't bought my laptop. So yeah, just sitting in this like, aren't the tables in this place just like a bunch of pillows? It's almost like a bar, wasn't it?
They're more of lounge chairs than they are, like actual tables. There's like little side tables next to these lounge chairs that have people feeding grapes to most people.
That's right.
But you could absolutely get one where you're just sort of secluded by yourself, because there's quite a bit of distance between the different chairs. So you could definitely get one by yourself. That you do have a little small circular table sitting next to you.
Well, I'm sitting at this table. After reading this, I'm totally unnerved. And the waiter comes over and asks for my order, and I just walk out and go, straight back to the bookstore. Or on my way, I'll start writing an email to my contact. What was his name? Charlie. When and where my pen is ready. After 6 p.m.
How about 9 p.m. at the Waffle House in Avon?
Was there any footage of us returning to Pizza King?
There was not. It looked like
So,
the CCTV was actually cut after, where you don't see any sort of footage of you guys returning at all.
9 p.m. Waffle House. What time is it now?
Right now, it's probably about 7.
Okay. I'll accept the what's it called? Apple Calendar invite.
Okay.
NYPD off or not NYPD. IMPD officer just sending me public Apple Calendar invite.
NBD, no big deal. And Michael, is that Streetwise plus Charisma your hunt roll?
It is, in fact.
All right, you are able to go ahead and make a couple of phone calls and grab a couple, 2 blood bags for you.
I love that. So that's 2 hunger gone. We're
Yeah.
back down to 1, baby.
Let's go. Resource management.
Michael's feeling okay. 3 to 1 is such a life-changing drop sometimes.
What do you mean? That's like Eva's sweet spot. Like 3 or 4 that's where Eva thrives.
3 damage.
Exactly.
Stressing me out.
I mean, I get to free punch people. This is amazing.
What are you hiding? Fist through your chest.
Exactly.
I swear I didn't put it's not my hand in this guy's chest. It's someone else's.
Someone else did it.
Yep.
But as you guys finish up with your hunting, or your calendar invites have been accepted, you guys are all able to meet up once again, as roughly about this time you're getting close to 8 o'clock, and you guys have returned from your various trips and are all back inside of the bookstore.
I need to step away for just a brief moment. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, me too. I got a meeting. What's with the rats? Okay, bye.
It's, I'm actually a little upset that I stepped out a little bit ago. If I had known that y'all were bringing rats back, I wouldn't have been so keen to hustle some sources. But, that's fine. That's cool. Were they good at least?
They weren't horrible.
Those New York rats?
Yeah, that's what he said. I don't know where rats come from, nor do I
No,
care.
those are New York rats. They have a smell.
You've been to New York?
I've been all over the place. Like, the Midwest is definitely a through point for me pretty regularly, but definitely try to not make a point to be here too long. I prefer to work on the coasts.
I could see that.
Yeah. And let me step that back. That probably sounded really shitty. I'm sorry. It's not at all how I meant that to sound whatsoever. I'm just not a Midwest kind of guy. I'm big ass skyscrapers and chasing down muggers. I'm not chasing down muggers. I'm a liar. I don't do that. Oh, am I lying? I'm sorry. I like the smell of the ocean.
Liar? Oh,
Just right then, yeah. I was trying to make myself sound cool.
Oh, okay.
Usually when I tell
And you're
people I like
assuming-
the smell of the ocean, that people are like, "Wow, nerd." So
Well, you're assuming that we're all from the Midwest, so
that's also on me. Wow, I am shitty this evening. I'm very sorry about that. How was your dinner? I see you got New York rats, so I mean, like, that's a start.
yeah. And we brought gifts back. Here, hand them over. 2 for Carter, 2 for Benny, 2 for you.
Oh shit. Now I am actually really upset that I just went out. Oh man. I'll figure this
Well,
out.
you can save them for later.
Oh, absolutely. Definitely gonna do that. Is there anything else going on this evening? Do we need to put some muscle on somebody? Do we need to do I need to go out and start spreading the news? Like, hey, these guys over here are expanding, so watch your ass? Like, what do you need
don't
from
think
me?
that's in the cards. Is that what you want to do tonight?
No, I'm trying to figure out like
Oh, okay.
what I'm supposed to be doing right now. I feel like I'm wasting people's money. You know what I mean?
No, you're not wasting anybody's money. But
Okay.
I think we need to have a conversation with Carter, Dimitri, maybe you. I don't know. Did Benny actually step out?
Yeah. I mean, what time is it? Is it
It's 8 o'clock.
Probably
so
about-
you'll be have time to need to head out if we're gonna make this meeting at 9.
Yeah, I like to arrive 15 minutes early.
Sure.
If you're not 15 minutes early, you're 15 minutes late.
Yeah.
Okay.
So who the hell knows where Benny's off to? But yeah, our conversation with Augustine was interesting.
When you say we need to have a conversation, is it a good conversation or a bad conversation?
In between, it's not great, not bad,
Okay.
kind of.
Okay.
Have you
I-
seen Carter?
He's around here somewhere. Benny and I have been kind of throwing ourselves at trying to make sure this place was bug clean. And good news, it is.
That is good news.
Yeah.
We talk too much.
What's coterie life like? I've never been in one. I've never had this dynamic that y'all have. What's it like? What are you up to?
Oh, I mean, we just get a lot of information, get a lot of shit done. This is the first, obviously, and only coterie I've ever been in. So, I mean, I think it's great so far. I was a little skeptical at first, but I don't know. I trust them.
Okay. Man, that sounds cool. Like good for you on that, honestly. Truly. Sometimes I wish it was a thing I could do, but I don't think it's
You can't trust?
Oh no, trusting is something that I could probably learn to do with a lot of people if I just let myself do it. But like the one place for for an extended amount of time thing is something that I struggle with. So
Is that why you don't have a side?
a little bit, honestly. I mean, I don't want to get too personal on any of this, but I had some homies right around the time of I guess right around when I died, and they were all gung ho for the movement. But the more I got to know them, the more they sounded like both parties were the exact same, wearing different hats, and I just don't understand why it has to be two different things. So I just never chose.
I respect that. I also don't mean to get too personal.
Oh no, you're totally fine. I had to pick my words carefully so I wasn't like just dumping a bunch of unasked for information on you kind of thing.
That's appreciated.
We haven't talked much, but I assume that Dimitri's the one that does most of the talking, and you're the one that does most of the. We're not doing that.
Yeah, that has been the case, but I feel like recently I haven't really cared about his shenanigans, so I usually just go along with them now.
I mean, hey, you can only care for so long, right?
Exactly.
There's only so much trouble you can try to pull somebody out of before you just like, you know what? Figure it
Well,
out.
I feel
bud.
like we're already in a lot, so you might as well keep it consistent.
Valid.
Be so boring without it.
Valid. Yeah. Well, I mean, I've really got nothing planned for this evening. So if you end up needing anything, kind of what I'm here for. You know what I mean? So just let me know, I guess.
Yeah, I mean that you keep saying that, and I guess I just don't understand how you just pick jobs on both sides.
Like, what do you mean? Money, like,
Like I respect the fact that you don't see a difference between the two. I get it. I don't understand it either. I kind of got forced into this one. If I would have said no, I would have been really dead. That would have.
valid. Yeah, that seems like a pretty
So,
common tactic on y'all's side of the line.
right. So, but I guess I think it would be hard to go back and forth working for two different sides.
The hardest part, and I can tell you this with utmost confidence, the hardest part is picking jobs that still keep me neutral. Does that make sense? If I start doing too much on one side, the other side gets pissed off, and then my life is in danger. But as long as I maintain a pretty healthy balance and do my best to keep those scales even, then money's good, and they kind of just. I have been asked to do some shitty things that people don't necessarily want attached to them. So being in the middle, I'm afforded that kind of freedom. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Are
I mean-
you planning on doing this long term, forever?
I think
Like
I
it
said
just seems like a horrible situation to be in.
I mean, it's not fun. Well, not fun all the time. There's been moments where it's like, whoa, this is awesome. But that's obviously very situational. I don't want to do this forever. I would love to get a little bit of a reputation, get some money under me, disappear. I'd like to be able to settle down, but my damn restless legs keep saying, nope, get up, you dumb bitch, keep moving. And that's what we do. But really, I died in a dumb way once. I don't want to die stupid again. Does that make sense? Like, if I'm going to go out, I'm going to
100%.
go out doing something cool.
Yes, I'm in agreement.
Also, pro tip, if you're trying to buy drugs, don't buy them from some dude that you just met on the backside of a movie theater. That's 100% a way to die. From experience.
Yeah, that has never crossed my mind. But I'm glad I have the tip now. I won't do that.
Don't do it. If you're trying to hunt, it's a decent way to hunt. I don't know how you do it, but you never know. You might need, hey, come over this way. I got some drugs for you. So.
Yeah, that doesn't really sound like me, but maybe if I was in a pinch, that might work.
Yeah. So, cool. Well, if you need me, holler at me. I'm literally, quite literally, I work for you at this point. So if you need something done, just holler. All right.
Yeah, we definitely will. I just need to figure out stuff with Dimitri Carter,
Cool. Absolutely.
and
Well,
hopefully we can get some stuff done tonight.
yeah, I'm gonna be over that way looking at books. So I'll be around.
Sounds good.
Cool. And I'll turn around and go peruse through books. No real genre, just kind of looking until I can find a book that I can definitely judge by the cover, and then I'll probably pick it up and read it.
Okay. While this is going on, it is a rather uneventful drive for you, Benny. Trash bag still blowing in the wind. But the roads have been cleared off enough where it's easy to drive through. The flurries have died down quite heavily, where it's
But I
just
thought I got my window fixed. Didn't I call a safe light? Or no, it was probably like a week out or something.
yeah.
Damn insurance.
But you're able to make it there without any sort of issue. It is quiet night. No heavy winds, no real annoyances as far as it goes for this drive. But you're able to make good time and make it about 15 minutes early to this Waffle House in Avon.
Okay. I'm gonna make sure a few things are active. By few I mean one, which is awe.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna sit. I'm gonna get a table,
Okay.
a booth, somewhere in the back room. This late at night, there's not too busy.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, somewhere secluded.
Yeah. I mean, it instantly, thanks to your blush of life, it smells less like ash and smells more like a little bit like the food that it's meant to be as you walk into this restaurant. And for some reason, it's significantly colder. Even though it's snowing outside, it's still colder on the inside of this restaurant than it is on the outside. There's still
Sure.
exactly. There's still the light amount of like condensation that's forming on the inside of the walls or inside of the windows, like it always seems to do. Dimitri just got blasted by the sun. But you besides like the staff are the only people inside of this restaurant currently. But about 5 minutes before you're about 8:55, your contact walks in, sees you, keeping his
Give
head
him a whistle.
down, and he heads over.
And I'm gonna have I brought my laptop.
Mm-hmm.
That way, look at this stuff in detail in case he's got any details to add. With a nice little word pad up for.
Of course.
Listen to that. Gotta make it look official.
Thanks for meeting me. I appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for looking into that request for me. It's heroes out there like you that really get the truth out.
And definitely, being a Malkavian and always being on your toes, because you never know who's actually talking to you or what you're actually hearing is true. You can absolutely, just without even having to roll for it, can absolutely tell this guy is paranoid. He's constantly looking over his shoulder, but he's trying to make it not very obvious for you that he is definitely feeling paranoid of all of this.
I got the Don seat. We sit in the corner, make sure we have eyes on anyone that walks in.
Right.
For the record, anything that's spoken about tonight is off the record. I don't release my sources that easily.
That's good. I just want to let you know that we were told to stop investigating the kidnapping that took place and the damage that took place over this Pizza King.
Wow. So the hole goes deeper. Is it the chief investigation?
He did make the announcement that we needed to stop, but he said he got it from higher up, but he didn't say how high up.
I know exactly who. That damn mayor. He's always stomping on crime. I know he has no jurisdiction in Avon.
He's like, what is happening?
Nonetheless, let's see what we can get into.
Please. Also, I get the... Is your phone off?
No. Turn that off. And I'll show him my phone
Mm-hmm.
and turn it off. And I've got my laptop here. I'll have those files downloaded and then I'll turn it on airplane mode.
Okay. He looks around after you turn off the phone. Ever since I pulled these files for you, I feel like I've been watched in one way or another. Computer mouse moving without touching. Feel like I see the same car driving around blocks.
How
They seem to want to.
how openly did you look into this? Did you pull a team on it?
No. I mean, I had to talk to our IT guy who's really good at, working the CCTVs. But besides me and him, don't really know anyone else who'd be interested in it or that knows about it unless he said something. But I asked him to keep it on a low profile, so there's that.
You watch yourself out there.
Yeah, you too. I just can't shake the feeling, He sort of like straightens up a little bit, and the waitress walks over and asks what you guys want to eat. And he jumps a little bit whenever she speaks up, almost like he's just so entrained in the moment that he didn't even realize she walked up. He, just a coffee black and a couple eggs would be good for me, thanks.
Throw in one of those s'more waffles too.
She sort of just rolls her eyes. Of course. Yeah, we'll get one of those.
My treat.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
The sugar will calm your nerves.
Yeah, probably. So, I mean, I know you said you're a reporter, but are you looking for these files for any particular reason?
Well, you saw us walk in there. I was there to follow up on this bookstore who was signing up for the Book It program. They have one of their own. They copied the Book It from Pizza Hut, and they went to Pizza King. We're gonna call it the Read It program.
Sounds like an app I used once or twice.
No, there's a whole extra letter there. Read it, not Reddit.
Oh, it's future tense.
Yeah, you're trying to get people to read.
Oh, gotcha.
Getting people to pretend like they've read it.
Oh, I get it.
But anyway, yeah, no news there. Came and went, and then I saw the place burn down, and it just struck me in the heart that something in our own community of, one of 18 suburbs of Indianapolis could burn down like this. So, this is what I saw in these videos was disturbing to say the least. This is cult activity with the crossbows. Where do you even get crossbows? Or were those wooden crossbows?
I mean, I feel like you would probably be able to get some decent crossbows from a hunting place. I mean, besides that, I guess as good as mine is. But I mean, you saw what's the deal with the guy in the suit, right? Scratched his neck, super anxious looking, like he almost didn't want to do the thing.
He didn't have a mask on either, correct?
He did not.
No. Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen that person before in my entire life.
Go ahead and roll manipulation plus persuasion, or I will allow subterfuge either. And then you get to add your points in presence as extra dice because of your awe.
Oh. Did you say subterfuge?
Yes, manipulation
like
plus subterfuge plus your presence die. But you would not actually add your presence because it's only for persuasion or performance. So you could try to persuade him that you don't know him and get the bonus, or if you're just trying to lie flat out, then you would not get the all bonus because it's only going to be added to persuasion or performance.
I feel like this. I mean, this is a lie.
Yeah, for sure.
You recognize the difference.
Yeah. I will. You know what? I will go ahead and allow it to add your all roll. They got your presence for it. I know.
Snip, snap, snip, snap.
I know. Snip, snap, snip, snap. Yeah. Go ahead and add your presence to it. Sorry. But only because it's your contact, so he's a little bit more gullible than most would be to recognize the actual lie.
How does 5 do you?
Plenty. Yeah, I ran his face through some of our programs that we got and haven't seen much, honestly.
Good. I mean, bad.
Still waiting on the national database to come through. But at least anything in our jurisdiction is coming up negative right away.
Any other... Did you speak with Avon police on any ongoing investigation, or did they just hand this straight to Indianapolis?
This is the first time that they had... because with the fire, there was also a murder as well. Didn't have any sort of things tied to it. But for us to be able to grab jurisdiction on this and gain some of their footage, I went ahead and let them know that we had a couple of crimes that were sort of similar to this. So I was able to go ahead and get in touch with the chief of Avon Police. I mean, haven't really told him a whole lot more than what they need to know.
Yeah, that's smart. The less people that know about this is probably the better. Yeah. Especially if you're feeling a bit of annoyed.
Yeah.
Great. This is good stuff. And what information? Who? I don't know. Was the death of the person, was that public? This is.
No, it was not made public. It was just the only thing that's been made public was the fact that there was a fire.
And how many bodies were they find in that fire?
Just the one in the oven.
Oh, the oven. And of course, I mean. Oh no, the oven.
But what we're trying to figure out is that the oven door was open. So either someone messed with it afterwards, or they
turned to the scene of the crime.
Right, exactly.
Was there any evidence extracted from the scene?
I mean, there was a couple of very, very expensive. It looked like paintings or something or another that was left behind, but I mean, most of it was lost to the fire.
Paintings.
Yeah, is what it looked like. There was, for the most part, looked like there was frames that looked like the canvas in the middle was burnt out.
Did Dimitri share the painting stuff with Benny?
Yeah, he sent you
Yeah.
a text saying, "Hey, just keep an eye out for any painting that might be
Oh,
inside or it might be available for him to look at."
okay. Painting. Oh, I don't know why a painting would be considered evidence of the. Are those are those in Avon? Or are those in the hands of your precinct?
Well, like you said, it. As far as I'm aware, it's still at the Pizza King. I don't think they really thought it was evidence on
Oh, of course.
why someone
would
would be.
Why would they?
That's what I'm trying to say. What do you think that the paintings were? Some sort of starting of the fire?
No. I mean, well, no. I don't know. I feel like the paint is usually non-flammable, especially. Let's focus on the gas. I
Okay.
mean the pizza oven. That's probably where the fire started.
That's where a lot of the Avon Fire Department believed that's where the case as well.
Okay. Well, this is great. This has all been great. These video files, that's going to be very beneficial to story. I'm not sure how. And I respect the process. I'm not going to break this story tonight,
Right.
or maybe ever. I want you to feel safe.
Yeah, I would
So-
appreciate that. Honestly, and he begins to look out.
Why don't you let me know if any of that suspicious stuff pops up again?
Yeah. You want me to just text you a word or phrase?
Usually I keep these kind of relationships strictly to my email, but yeah, let's go ahead. You can text me. Here's my share the phone number, and just it's probably best if we have a safe word. Let's go with macaw.
Macaw. Like the bird?
Yeah, like the bird, the parrot.
Yeah, the parrot. Yeah, the fancy parrot.
Yeah.
All right. Macaw it is.
Any other leads I should know about?
No, we're still. The only lead that we really have now is that guy's face. The plate that was on the SUV is a stolen plate. Stolen back in 2003. But the only thing we got really is the face of this guy.
It's just a shame that those kids won't get their free pizza.
Well, looks like they're going. No, I guess no one can out Pizza the Hut. Am I right?
Yeah. The king shall not colonialize the hut this day.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what that means. As right about that time, your guys' food order has arrived.
Let's make this quick. I got about an hour before I need to leave.
Yeah, okay. And at this point, you do see a couple of individuals sort of wearing just like baggy clothes and just looking very comfortable, sort of walk in and sit on the other side of the room.
They look like a typical Denny's crowd.
They look more like your typical Waffle House crowd that's sort of just like probably is too inebriated one way or another to really have to worry about.
All right. I'm not going to pay too much attention to them. I don't want to activate heightened senses because I'm going to eat this waffle.
Yeah.
We're going to share, pass the fork around and take bites. And I don't want the flavor to overwhelm my senses.
Exactly. You don't want to taste too much of this horrible food. I get it.
This food is so flavor forward. It's my senses can't handle it.
Yeah.
This food is actually poison.
It's actually just
with
like
Blush of Life. I have about an hour before I need to vomit.
Exactly. Um, so while this conversation is going on, Michael, you went off to the other side of the room, and you found yourself a book where you could judge pretty easily off the cover that it's going to be at least able to hold your interest at least for the foreseeable future. Eva and Dimitri, I know Eva was wanting to have a conversation with you and Carter. You guys do remember Carter is down in the basement, sort of babysitting and reading a book.
Dimitri steps out of the bathroom, still brushing his teeth.
I think you're being a little dramatic there.
I have never eaten such disgusting things.
Well, I'll take your word for it.
I
I
feel
think
like
we
I
need
need
to
to
go.
wash my soul.
That part's really dramatic. All right, let's go and go talk to Carter.
Yes, please.
You stop that.
You guys head downstairs to the lab where you guys currently have the Baron Anson sort of laid down, and Carter's in the corner just reading through this old leather-bound journal.
All right, Carter, we're back to interrupt your book reading.
I thought it was too quiet. What do you got?
We brought you snack. He's upstairs.
Oh,
But
Dimitri loved it.
I can tell.
more furious teeth brushing.
So, yeah, go ahead, Dimitri. Tell him all the details.
Basically, Augustin thinks it would be best if this guy finds his way into the hands of Nessa. Or at least we get rid of him without anyone knowing that we ever had him, which is going to be a little tough.
Yeah, that does seem difficult. Saying that, Nessa already knows that we probably have him.
So I think it's no good idea to wake him up. I think we just, turn him over as is.
Yeah, I agree. I think this time we just turn him over to Nessa. Hopefully not, if we ever have another Baron fall into our laps again, we just let them go. And then kind of do what Augustin was suggesting and follow them.
Right. Well, that's what we think is right. What we need to do.
I mean, with this juncture with the prince being missing, she speaks with his authority. And Augustin made it sound like even if we could prove that she was the one who tried to kill him, it wouldn't make any difference. It's not like it would oust her as the seneschal. She would just be able to justify it. So we're in a real pickle.
Seems like something that we typically get ourselves into.
Yes, which is why I think for once we make smart decision and turn him over, despite not wanting to.
I'm just gonna hit Dimitri on the chest. Hey, look, you're learning.
This is this takes time. And it does not sit right with me.
No, I mean, I'm just interested in the conversation they had before. At least whoever he was having a conversation with. And it makes our living situation significantly more difficult.
I don't disagree, but what choice do we have?
Could he be woken up and we still hand him over to Nessa, or do we think he'd be too strong?
I get the impression from Augustine that he is quite old and quite powerful.
I know that he is. His blood is a little bit thicker than most. I'm not saying that he's Nessa level or anything like that, but I can tell that his blood has a little bit more power than any of us currently do. I think if we do wake him up, he's not going to want to go to the tower, especially since he knows what happened to the last Baron that got turned over to the Prince. And like we were semi-joking about earlier, it's for an Anarch's probably worse than death.
He would definitely put up a fight.
Yeah, I don't really want to fight that battle.
Yeah, I especially don't inside of our own haven, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Alright, so are we calling Nessa to have her come pick him up? Or are we delivering?
I think it's best if we have Michael make that call.
Make that choice or make that actual phone call?
Make the actual phone call. Play it however she wants. We just say we happen to come across him and whatever it takes, let him lie. He seems good at this.
You're not wrong. Before they come back as well, what are the chances that their payment is actually going to be money? Is that something we need to concern ourselves with?
We don't know. We didn't have that conversation, but we could ask Michael to ask her while he's on the phone call. I mean, I would say we should get something out of it too.
Perhaps we can get reinforcements beyond just an additional couple kindred with securing this entire community from the Anarchs. I do not doubt Winnie and Michael's prowess. This is not a lot to overcome the obstacle that is in our way.
Maybe. But to be fair, there's not really many Camarilla kindred in Indiana to begin with. We're already fighting a losing battle just by being here.
This is true. If we feel, sometimes it feels like we have been banished.
I don't think we haven't been, but I also think they're trying to use us as pawns in a big old game of chess.
We are definitely pawns, my friend. Definitely.
Alright, if Michael's around, I say go ahead and let them make that phone call then.
He should be returning shortly. I will check and see if he's arrived.
Okay. Aren't you just gonna throw up that toothpaste later?
I am not swallowing the toothpaste.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
Who swallows toothpaste?
I don't know, weirdos.
Apparently you're one.
Use this fluoride free. It's okay.
Also, did anyone happen to find out if we're good here or if we're needing to go to your Sire's.
I think
don't
we're
know.
good.
Benny was supposed to be working with the contact to find out some information, and when he returns, hopefully, that will allow us to make decision.
Yeah.
Well, we have no bugs here, so that's plus.
I mean, do you think you should maybe reach out ahead of time, Dimitri, just to make sure it's all set up, or do you think your sire will just be able to take us in with open arms?
Oh, the his haven is quite large. It may not be the most comfortable of quarters, but I'm sure he can find room for us.
Well, you know best.
I would prefer not to disturb him until it is a necessity.
Yeah. Just trying to
And
think
I'll
ahead.
I'll head back upstairs just to see if Benny or Michael have returned.
Yeah, Michael is actually upstairs. You see them with their feet sort of propped up, reading a book.
We have reached decision.
Oh, yeah. What's up? What's going on? Michael puts down a book, and it's a copy of The Time Traveler's Wife. That obviously do not understand the premise because they think it's about time travel, uh, in a cool way, not in like a love story way.
Of course.
Like, I think it is a little bit.
We have decided to leave the Baron in torpor for now and to turn him over to Nessa. But we'd like for you to be the one who makes the phone call since you were the one that originally were propositioned with the deal.
Yeah, I could do that.
We'd like you to make sure that she knows that we were heavily involved in his recovery and that we hope that the reward will be spread evenly amongst us.
Yeah, absolutely. I can totally do that. So you want to be a part of this whole thing, just making sure I'm not putting too much of your business out there. Like, just, hey,
You
we
say
got
we
him.
found him, whatever, we put our nose to the grindstone, so to speak. Whatever lie you want to spin. But
Okay.
yes, we have him and we will deliver him, or she can pick him up, or whatever she prefers.
Okay. Yeah, I can make that call. Have you read this book at all?
I am not a reader.
Okay. But yeah, I can make that phone call. Absolutely.
Okay, go ahead.
Make
Just
sure it's on speaker.
Right now.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
No pressure.
No, that was just, hey, we figured it out. You're gonna do this right now. Michael goes and puts the book back on the shelf, taking good care to make sure it doesn't look all creased and bent, so they can still sell it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It does. Yep. There we go. Got the old mouth working again. All right. Here we go. Pulls out his phone and calls Nessa.
Yes.
Now, I have some good news for you, and I'm gonna say that doesn't feel like a way to answer the phone for somebody who has good news for you. And this is all on speaker, by the way.
What can I help you with, Michael?
So the conversation we had about the missing Baron,
Mm-hmm.
he's been located and recovered. So my question for you is: would you like to swing by? Would you like to swing by your favorite coterie's little spot? Actually, above the table, replace coterie with gang. Back in. So your favorite gang's little spot, or would you rather us DoorDash him?
What condition is he in?
I'm gonna look up around the to the other two that are here. Okay. Yeah, he's out right now. He's pretty beat up. Some might say he's down for the next foreseeable count.
Good. I'm on my way.
Okay. Real quick, I would like to double check on the whole reward thing for this, and I would like to make sure that my current company is cut in equally on that, as they were pretty paramount in the recovery of this gentleman.
Let me see what I can make happen with the rest of the Primogen.
Okay.
And then once we arrive, I will make sure to provide your new deal when we get there.
Okay. Just want you to know, I got my negotiator hat on today, okay? So be ready to play some ball. Figured that'd make you laugh. We'll see you when you get here. Drive safe. It's icy.
She just disconnects the line.
There we go. She's on her way.
It's odd she is coming herself.
Yeah, that feels a little weird also, but I'm gonna say heavy personal interest, and I don't know what that means. So I don't know how to read into that.
When he told her that she was down for the count, was there any detectable hint of relief in her voice?
Go ahead and roll wits plus insight.
Difficulty?
Difficulty is going to be 3.
Oof. I'll blow willpower to reroll my misses.
Do it. Do it. Messy critical. Messy critical.
That crit.
Do it. Yes.
The crit, that's a success.
I believe in you.
A messy one, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
With 2 successes. No sort of relief of tension or anything like that. More just confirmation that she's glad that this person is in torpor compared to alive or possibly staked.
Another one off the streets.
Exactly.
So there's that. Is there any sort of prep or anything that y'all are looking to get done? I have a couple things I want to grab out of the truck just to be safe. But
What do you mean to be safe?
oh, you don't get to be where I'm at in my career by not having an insurance plan.
What is said insurance policy?
A means to protect myself should somebody want to get froggy.
You cannot do this with your hands?
I mean, I can, but when you're looking at somebody who could probably just murder you with a look, I'd rather have something a little more than my hands. Concealable, hideable, bookable if need be, but something.
Okay. If it makes you feel better.
It does, and so just that out there. It's nothing against anybody, and if you'd rather me not bring it in, it's your house, your rules. So
No, it's fine.
all right. Okay. then I'm gonna head out really quick, and I gotta move my truck as it is. So I was gonna kind of pull it around back or something. So I'll be back in just a couple of minutes.
No pro.
All right. Michael goes ahead and exits the scene as they go ahead and hop into their truck to move it.
While I'm out there, I would like to check the trunk for just anything. I'd like to check the trunk through my bag and see if I have like a smaller. Yeah, I'd say like a smaller steak, not like a whole ass like short sword steak,
Right.
but like maybe just something that I can fit in a sleeve or anything like that.
Go ahead and roll intelligence plus brawl, or intelligence plus melee, excuse me, to see if you have anything like that.
All right.
And DC is going to be 2, and you get that -2 modus because of check the trunk.
You get the plus
Check the trunk
2.
actually adds +2 to the dice.
Oh, does
by
it?
the way.
Dope. Cool.
Yes, it does.
Cool. Add +2 for that. Check
I
the
looked that
trunk.
up after the last session because I remember.
So melee plus intelligence with my +2 dice and a difficulty of 2.
Yep.
Hey.
You have indeed a smaller steak.
Yeah, I'm looking for something that can just like up a sleeve or
Right.
like
Be concealed.
in the back of my pants or whatever I needed to.
Like a toothpick.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm
Just,
gonna flick it at him real quick. Y'all seen Daredevil?
just go straight through the heart. Just dud.
Point at him real hard in the chest.
Exactly.
Y'all seen Daredevil with Ben Affleck?
Yeah. The good one.
The good one.
What?
Yeah, no, I hate that you said that, Bruce.
Is there a way to
Electra?
kick the game master off the call?
Yeah, no, we're upset
mute
about
him.
that. Just mute
That
him.
is brutal. I cannot believe you said that.
Well, you know.
Bullseye. Like, what?
I'm thinking about dropping. I just can't even hold it together. It's a good one.
Have to take at least
I'm
a
gonna need-
minor controversial take here.
I'm gonna need you to roll for frenzy there, bud.
You're the one. I'm fine. I'm chilling.
Rage.
But is there anything the coterie would like to do in preparation for Nessa and whoever to arrive?
Yeah, can I text them to not call Nessa?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, too late.
I mean, you can still text them.
I'm still at Waffle House.
I would assume that you probably would have done your best to hurry and eat as much as you could after you took that first bite, and then skedaddle out as quickly as possible. So
Yeah. So this was great when I got to go by.
and from the time that you would have probably got back, would be roughly about the time that your hour would be up.
I would definitely text someone. I guess not text. I'd leave a voicemail. I'd leave a voicemail on the bookstore tape recorder.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Well, there's just a tape
Benny.
recorder.
I got some breaking news that's gonna blow the lid off this casket. So whatever you do, don't call Nessa.
So who's gonna tell him when he gets back?
As you guys finish prepping, as far as Michael,
And then you hear me throwing up at the end of the voicemail.
exactly.
Don't call Nessa.
You are able to go ahead and make it there without any sort of issue, Benny. Michael, you're able to go ahead and get your steak out of your bag. And Eva and Dimitri are able to prep it any sort of way that they see fit as well.
Do you think we should like stash some guns around just in case?
Yes.
I would put one gun by the cash register.
Okay.
And I'll grab my stuff. Also, should we bring him up here so that she's not tromping
Yes.
through
Yeah.
our
It's a good idea. We
area?
should put him in rolly chair and throw sheet over him or something. That way it's
Ooh,
yeah.
grand
reveal.
reveal. Yeah. Ta-da!
One Baron
Yeah,
for
that's
you.
not what I was thinking of. But, oh,
Now, Nessa, you
present,
don't see
but-
him, but now you
Pizza
see.
King delivery. Ha ha.
It's not delivery. It's the Pizza King.
Pizza King.
Yes,
Yay.
I love that.
have fun.
Hey, where's everybody?
Hey, we're back here.
We're getting the Baron upstairs. Nessa is on her way.
What? Look at this video, and I'll show everyone the video of the CCTV, and I'll fast forward. You'll see us pull in. We go out. You see the crossbow guys go in. They go out back to the van, and then you see the prince come out. That's a prince.
What?
Yeah,
Where the hell have you been? When did you get this?
like the 30 minutes ago. I was
Nice
having a
sense of
meeting
lying.
with my contact. It's like, an hour and 30 minutes ago.
Would have been cool information to have
Plus or minus.
20 minutes ago before I made a phone call.
Yeah,
Why-
why didn't you call?
Why are we letting Michael make phone calls? Haven't we learned our lesson?
I was asked to make a phone call.
Our
We
meeting
got
with Augustine.
advice.
Yes, it advised us to get rid of him and give him to Nessa.
Where was your phone call?
I left a voicemail
Voicemail.
before I left Waffle House.
No one leaves voicemails.
You guys.
What do
all
you mean
look-
no one leaves voicemails?
You guys all look at the machine. There's a blinking yellow light. It just
You have 75.
Exactly.
Nessa
What about
just
my
waiting.
memoirs.
all of it.
And they're all Benny.
It's all Benny's memoirs, and the last message to not call Nessa.
Beep, 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 Benny here, beep. Keep advancing.
Exactly.
You're just spamming 7 to delete.
It's not even delete. It's just skip, so they still stay on the machine.
From now on, Benny, text message.
I don't have your number.
Well, I change my number pretty much every other day, but I've got yours, right?
Do you?
Well, I mean, you give it to me and I can text you my new number every time. I'll say, new phone, who this? And you know it's me.
That seems like a lot of work. Why don't you just... Why do you have to change your...
Hey, Pen, remember that
Don't worry
time
about
I said we don't ask questions about this kind of stuff?
It relates to business, but yes. How does this change anything?
Well, the prince is up and walking, for one. He's
Which
working with hunters.
That's why Nessa wants to protect him. Yes?
Maybe. But he's working with hunters to take out anarch princes.
Are we certain those are
violently.
hunters?
I don't know, they have crossbows.
If
That
you were
doesn't
going to
mean they're-
hunt a vampire, what would you use?
Well, typically, vampires don't hunt vampires.
But if you were like, hey, I feel like killing some kindred, let me kill them, Michael.
Crossbows.
There we go.
Stakes. Gangrel claws.
So,
Fists
hey-
of Cain.
Benny, what does a crossbow shoot?
Bolts.
Which are...
Not as thick as sticks.
But are essentially flying stakes.
Yeah.
Carter peeks up. I mean,
That
they
doesn't
do
matter.
also make metal crossbow bolts, which wouldn't be effective.
No, but they still hurt like a fuck.
And if you're hunting kindred, you would know to put wood in there, right? You wouldn't be like, oh shit, I made a mistake. I put metal in my crossbow. Guess I'm dead now.
And I mean, hey, if you're a hunter, right? Why not stop it? Like, why would you stop at just wood bolts? Why wouldn't you silver tip them if you got wolf problems too, right?
And why wouldn't you decapitate said kindred you just killed? Why put him in the sun?
Theatrics.
Hey, this does not seem like hunter style.
You're all missing the point.
What's my style? As Hunter sort of peeks up out of the corner.
What the? When the hell
hell
did you
are you?
get here?
I live here with
Theatrics.
you guys. What do you mean?
You've been missing for 3 weeks.
I've never seen you before in my entire life.
Hey, how's it going? Nice to meet you.
Hi.
Yeah, this is Hunter. He
Hunter
hangs
cool?
out. Yeah,
I'm assuming he's cool.
yeah,
Is he
yeah.
cool?
Very cool.
Is he cool?
He's cool.
Like
Hey,
cooler than Benny
rewind-
cool or
it's-
cooler
Let
than
me
me?
see
Cool?
the video
Cold
again,
as-
Benny.
It's cold as hell.
Here's the video.
Okay.
Why he no wear mask?
I don't know, but it pisses me off.
The by contact said he didn't show up on any of their records. They can't trace his face. They're looking up the license plate. There's evidence that they left on the scene. Photo or paintings were left unburnt.
Is there a way for Kindred to wear other Kindred's face?
Well,
Yeah.
ask.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
A Nosferatu thing, right?
that's a NOS thing. That's something I've been working on trying to learn
That's
how
like-
to do.
Only there were some masks that had like 1,000 or so faces.
I heard it was last time I heard about it. Somebody had it up to like 998 faces.
Yeah.
So
Now,
this could not even be the prince. This could be someone wearing his face.
Could be if those things work through technology.
But do they? I don't know.
I don't
They
know how to
they don't.
dissolve the wall between player and character at this point.
But so for everything, for this, every question that's asked when Benny opens his mouth to be like, I don't know, Michael's just back here like agreeing, saying yes it can or no it can't. That's actively one of my schools. That's one of my things I can do. I can't.
So it does work against cameras, technology.
I mean, I do.
So you have this power?
I can't wear other people's faces, but I can make sure that cameras don't see me. And from what I understand, that's all in the same school of what you can do.
I also think Mask of 1,000 Faces can't be anybody specific. It's got to be someone bland that you wouldn't recognize.
Would I have a pretty good understanding of obfuscate and like what the higher powers of it kind of looks like in general there, Bruce?
Go ahead and roll intelligence plus obfuscate.
I also have obfuscated. I could,
Yeah, both of you guys can go ahead and roll it together. DC's gonna be 3 for that.
With your powers combined.
Yeah.
any blood potency bonus?
No, because it's just knowledge. It's not actively using a power.
You said difficulty what?
3.
Difficulty 3. Hey, Michael knows something.
They know all the shapes.
Michael knows shapes. Michael knows shapes. It's a big deal when Michael understands how something works.
Both Benny and Michael both know that it is possible to shape into a particular individual with a high enough obfuscate power called Imposter's Guise, which you can turn into a particular individual. But it does take a significant amount of time of watching said individual pick up their looks, their mannerisms. So it is possible, but that is like the highest of powers for obfuscation.
So you can do it. It's just really hard.
It would have to be someone with extreme talent in this particular discipline.
Exactly right. And that's
But if you have very deep pockets, you could find said person, yes?
I'm sure you could. It's not like if there's one thing I've learned, it's that money fixes all problems.
When I'm gonna keep watching the video, The Prince,
Mhm.
and based on everything I've seen from my interactions with him, is his body language like on point for the Prince? Does he move like he does? Because he's very like animalistic, you know,
Yep.
very smooth of nature and stride and very sure of his movements. Everything's purposeful. Does this
believe-
look the same?
I think we could also use Sense the Unseen to maybe skip through the.
I don't know if it would work on recorded footage if they were doing a mask.
Sense the Unseen?
Yeah.
It works on Obfuscate.
Right. But I didn't know if it had to be like actively being perceived, not looking at past footage.
Yeah, even with Ghost of the Machine, it's like you're seeing the Obfuscate power if you were there. It's same test and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can make that roll for Carter. As you're looking through, it's very difficult to tell because he doesn't move a whole lot. He more or less just steps out of the car and watches from afar.
Which is also unlike him. I mean,
You've
when
only seen him do it one other time, and that was when you guys were looking through the Oblivion portal, where he's like, you guys go and clear it out first, and then I'll go ahead and move forward. It's the only other time you've ever seen him play passive. But it's something that is less on his normal characteristic and something that you're picking up on is that you have seen him about, like, at least the last couple times you've seen him, he's been nervous itching in a couple of different places. So that seems to be normal-ish. I mean, you've known him before. He had that more or less what seems like a tick at this point, versus now where he's came to be make that more of a norm.
Also, with pre-recorded, not live video, the observer gets a +3.
Okay.
Because unless it's live, then the recorded videos are kind of lessened.
Right. I will make that roll. But I was hoping I was able to answer your question there, Dimitri.
Yeah.
All right. Powers.
Since the unseen can pierce the mask as per general rules. That's for imposters, guys.
Nice.
It also only lasts for one scene. I'm not sure how that works. I guess it's recorded.
Yeah, I would say if it was being live viewed, if it was continual, it would be gone. But since it's recorded, it's just sort of that scene was recorded.
The unseen just destroys
So
everything.
good. It's so painfully good.
You know, this one level 1 power that just shuts down an entire discipline.
Yeah, that's
Pretty much.
Kind of jacked.
Yeah.
The alternative, heightened senses, is like a huge bonus to all of your awareness tests with the jar. What just a great level 1 discipline.
Yeah, it's so painfully, and it's the fact it's level 1 is what really blows my mind. But I went ahead and rolled that, and I sent it to me, so that way we can end on a cliffhanger here. But
Dun, dun.
I know I'm just the actual worst. But everyone, thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. Really do appreciate it. This has been another episode of Indy by Night, our Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle, and we will see you guys next week for another episode, and hopefully we'll have the man, the myth, the legend, Carter back in action, and we will see you guys later. Have a good night, guys.
Bye.
Bye.